Calling out all my nerds, freaks, and geeks. It's mob time.
Don't tune in cause it's showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, Phoop, Ryun, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Blerd Mob, your hub for all things black and nerdy. I am your host, Phoop, joined by my co-host, Ryun, and we are here to bring you the Blerd Mob Podcast, Season 6, Episode 52, our first regular episode of 2025. Today, we're going to figure out whether we are or we're not saying goodbye to TikTok. We're going to be talking about all the information surrounding the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc, what's going on with that, and Nintendo finally gave us a first look at the Nintendo Switch 2 console, so we're definitely going to be talking about that and all of the events and leaks surrounding that. But before we get into our topics of today, how you doing, Ryan?
Chilling. I've been spending money. On the 19th, about a day ago, I actually went to this event. It's called the Tianyu Lights Festival. It's like a Chinese-based event. They themed it around this character Coda and like him traveling through a lake. I don't know if it had any like religious or historical like influences or not, but it was cool. Really great light show, some performers, and I got a souvenir, and now it goes on my desk.
Nice.
It's a dragon, if you couldn't tell.
He said it's a dragon, if you couldn't tell.
I like what did they say? I like cake. I like dragons.
I like cake. I feel you.
What you been on though?
I've just been chilling. I'm starting my new collection. I'm starting a DVD collection.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you've been following the podcast, you know that I started indirectly with buying both editions of the Arcane Season 1 collector set. I recently just bought the Teen Titans Complete Series, Avatar and Legend of Korra the Complete Series, and then I got the 80th Batman Anniversary Collection that has currently all 18 animated Batman movies. And the Mask of the Phantasm. That's a lost art. If you know, you know. So,
okay.
They had hella DVDs. Look, if you know, leave in the comments, because I've been going to Walmart, because Walmart got a nice DVD collection.
Blu-rays or DVDs specifically?
Both. I've been buying both. But what was I finna say? If you know better spots other than Walmart, let me know. I did play around with Amazon. Amazon don't know how to take care of shit.
Nope.
I ordered the complete series of Legend of Korra off of Amazon, and my case came busted wide open, the disc falling out.
Busted wide open when I hit it from the back.
All right, thank you.
I used to like that song.
Because now he started singing in the middle of my complaint. Like, what's that?
Yeah, you right. That was very disrespectful. You right. I take it back.
But either way, if you collect DVDs or you know somebody who collects DVDs and you got some pointers, some tips, help me out. The next thing I'm looking for, I want Sailor Moon, the complete collection. I've been looking around for Young Justice. They hate Young Justice. They only got the first 3 seasons I've been seeing. But yeah, that's my new thing for 2025 DVD collection.
I'm not mad at that, because I'll say this. Amazon is the reason I stopped ordering my paperback mangas from anywhere but Right Stuff, now the Crunchyroll store, because they don't pack it up right. Like, unless it's hardcover, I'm not trusting them, because they can be tossing it around, bending the paper.
And the boxes, mine came in, because I had ordered a sweatshirt and the DVDs.
Yeah.
They gave me this big box that the sweatshirt in the DVD did not fill the box at all. This big ass box. So whatever they were doing on that damn van, slanging and banging my damn DVDs. Yeah, no. So if y'all know a retailer that really takes, I'm gonna look at Viz actually, because I just remembered that you sent me that they got that Naruto DVD collection on Viz. I'm gonna look on Viz for Sailor Moon.
And on the try Crunchyroll store too. They be having Blu-rays and DVDs.
I'm gonna
At
try
least
to.
for the anime stuff.
I'm gonna try that too. But if y'all know some retailers that actually take care of their shit, let me know, cause that was awful.
You might have to go to in real life retro gaming stores. Like there's literally one called Retro Games because they be having DVD Blu-ray collections.
Yeah. That's so after that experience with Amazon, I was like, I'm just gonna buy my shit in person. But I realized that retailers don't have everything. So that's why I was saying, if you guys know of like an online retailer that actually takes cares and packages up their shit, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in Walmart off in the DVD collection section and getting my shit.
You bought your Blu-ray player before they stopped making them?
So, and we already talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm still debating whether or not I want to get one because the PS5 plays Blu-rays and DVDs.
The only flaw in that is as you get new consoles, like even how that new PS5 Pro came out, they had it where you could get like the disc edition.
Correct.
To where you plug it in. So now you got to worry about, are these next generation of consoles even finna have the disc drivers?
You're correct. So that's a good point. So eventually I will start looking into getting a Blu-ray player. Or if they still got those Blu-ray DVD players still out, or you can do both.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. But that was my rant on collecting DVDs. So let's get into these topics. So when we first wrote down the TikTok thing, it was coming from the standpoint that TikTok was going to be gone. Like it was set in stone that on January 19th, and possibly because this episode is going to be coming out later, that it might be gone. But like the discourse surrounding it, like first it's not gone. Then Biden said he's not going to enforce it. Then no, never mind. The Supreme Court said, fuck it, we're getting rid of TikTok. Then Trump says he might extend it for 90 days. So I really don't know what's going on. We might wake up tomorrow morning and TikTok will be down, or we might wake up the next day and TikTok got a 90-day extension. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. It's funny because I mean, like, I still kind of am confused because when they say they want someone in the US to purchase TikTok, are they saying just the rights to like utilize it in America, or they mean the entire app as a whole? Like everybody in China, Japan, and other nations that are using TikTok, they want
They said TikTok is banned in China. China doesn't use TikTok.
It's a Chinese company, right? Ain't that why they mad?
They said the CEO of TikTok said he's from Singapore.
Okay.
They said that they want to get rid of TikTok because it poses a national security risk. And they have been pointing fingers to China. But when they did the hearing, the guy told him that he was from Singapore. And then I found out a couple days ago that they can't even use TikTok in China.
Where is TikTok's headquarters? Wait, they got a headquarters in California?
Yeah, I saw that too. That they have people working for TikTok in America.
Wait. Okay, about TikTok from the website. TikTok's global headquarters are in Los Angeles and Singapore, and its offices include New York, London, Dublin, Paris, Berlin, Dubai, Jakarta, Seoul, and Tokyo. Berlin is where again? That's not China?
No, Berlin.
Or I'm thinking about Beijing. I'm thinking about Beijing. Yeah. Where's Berlin at?
Germany.
Oh. So maybe it's just we're mad at that America's mad at their security then? Because their global headquarters are here and Singapore. That's how we're able to communicate with them.
I think it's what it's been when we first talked about this. Remember we talked about this when they first introduced the fact of a ban coming, is that they want control.
Right.
Because you have Meta, which is US based. Elon's doing his thing with Twitter, but like they've put him he has a position in the US government or something like that. Like
some organization with Vivek Ramaswamy, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And then you have Snapchat, which is I believe is also US based. And like I think it's just the fact that whatever goes down with TikTok, they have no control over it. So I think the selling piece, going back to your initial question, is that they want the app to be sold to somebody in America so they can better regulate the app.
And here's the thing, playing devil's advocate. Because obviously it's we've worked in tech, we worked in cyber. It's not like it kind of puts a target on your back if you say here's the vulnerability in our software and this is why we don't like it. So playing devil's advocate and say there is something that's not being regulated and there are issues and security issues and blah blah blah
But
blah. Why haven't y'all just worked with TikTok and said, hey, let's have some of our testers in here or have some government agents working with y'all, make a relationship with the NSA and say secure this firewall? Like, what's going on?
I will raise you this. Google and Apple have their own set of guidelines for apps coming into their app store. I had to do a report on this back in a security risk class that I had. They have a full list of guidelines about what your app can and cannot do when it comes to users, security, running applications in the background, phone storage, all of that stuff that apps have
Right.
to abide to before they get on that store. And I didn't go as far as like US regulations because there's not a lot of US regulations for social media specifically.
Right.
But it's possible that some of those regulations in those app stores are coming from like US, like high level
And that makes
privacy
sense.
laws. So the fact that TikTok got in the app store anyway tells me that they are abiding by some set of guidelines to even be in there.
Right.
Because the app, from what I saw, TikTok's been around since 2017. It just boomed in the pandemic because we was all in the house and we didn't have shit to do.
Right. And maybe we're just mad that a lot of Americans are putting their information on there. I know the military, sometimes they get mad when service workers are actually on here posting up like I'm in the barracks and I'm doing this. I know some of them get upset with that. Like, is
And
it that we just are worried that citizens are going to post stupid stuff? I mean, I can understand that, but do you think that's
but
part of it?
that happens on every social media application though.
True.
Is it
There's
is it
nothing preventing a
because
Facebook person.
exactly there's not preventing anybody from going on Facebook right now and doing the same thing that they do on TikTok. I can come from the standpoint that it's easier to access that information from TikTok because around the time that TikTok was booming is that they were saying that it was coming like more people were searching things on TikTok than they were Google. Like that's
Yeah.
how powerful TikTok was becoming. That if you needed to look up something, somebody was going to TikTok before they went to a search engine on the
Yeah.
internet.
Um, see, but now it's interesting because I'm like, okay, now I'm on your side. I'm like, if there is a security risk, can y'all say what the risk is now?
Exactly. And
Like, is it human error? And I will accept that, but also tell us what side of it. Like, what are y'all worried about people doing or mad that citizens are currently doing? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, what information are they taking aside from the same bank account information that Etsy and any other or Temu or any other store app is
I'm
taking?
I mean, let's just go to X. The way that Elon is expanding X, and I don't know if his goal is to still make it like WeChat or not, but he's taking in payment information. He wants to turn X into like an Apple Wallet, Google Wallet type situation. That
That's what I'm
requires
saying.
bank information. They already got our phone number. You can make calls off X. There goes your phone number. Then they get your pay. I think people who have to sign up now may or may not have to put in like payment information or like address verification and stuff like that. I think for like with Meta, like you have to show your driver's license if you want your account to be verified. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. So, like, what? Excuse me. What is going on with TikTok and quote unquote China if China doesn't use it? Like, are we saying that the Chinese government, are y'all accusing them of accessing the app and telling TikTok to send them information? Like, what's going on over there?
I have no idea what's going on. The only thing that I can come from is that because it's not based in the US, I
Right.
think they don't have a lot of control over the application. Because it could be the fact that they cannot put the hammer down on TikTok, how they can put the hammer down on Facebook, like how they had Mark Zuckerberg in court for, I can't remember what it was those years ago, and was putting the hammer down on him.
And now he's coming out saying they've been putting the hammer down on him with the Biden administration. I'm like, so what's going on here?
That's what I'm saying.
Is he got freedom of speech or not?
I that's the only thing that I can think of, is that they want some type of control, some way to regulate this app the way that they regulate all of the other social media platforms.
Which, and I ain't no anti-government or for government absolutist. I'm just a regular human being. I ain't really passionate
Yeah.
about either or. But like, is it if they just want all that control, or is it like y'all just want some authoritarian type of government where y'all run it? And even then, I get it to a degree. To a degree, I get it, but at the same time, that doesn't really fly well. Are other nations doing the same thing? I know China don't let you use Google and a few other applications. I think they got to use Bing out
Yeah, I
there.
don't think it's some company, they can't even use Twitter. They can't even use X.
Yeah, and maybe it's competition. Maybe it's these companies don't utilize our stuff, so we ain't gonna let them. I mean, these nations don't utilize our stuff. We ain't gonna let them use ours. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I get it to a degree. I mean, everything's cyber now. Wars is fought through cybersecurity and tech now, so I kind of get it, but
I don't know. It's just been a very confusing past couple days trying to figure out whether or not TikTok is getting banned or not. There's a lot of conspiracies running around. There's a lot of back and forth between the Biden administration and the Trump administration on what's actually going to happen. Look,
yeah,
if y'all watch this episode and TikTok's still popping, we in there. If this episode comes out and TikTok is gone, it was fun while it lasted. Y'all are some
I'll
funny people.
I'll say this. We've lived through a few generations of social media. We saw the death of Vine.
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat ain't necessarily fully died, but we saw it come and go, and now it's like I want to talk to my little yeah, and not save their phone number app now. But like, are we how much are we gonna miss TikTok if it did go away?
I think I would miss it because folks are funny on there, and like I said, the accessibility of like today I just looked up because I plan on moving, and y'all know I got hella Lego sets. So I
Mm-hmm.
found like 3 or 4 videos about different ways people are packing up their Legos. Like that was just so easy to me to sit down for 5 seconds and type that in.
Fair.
I could have went to YouTube, but like my first thought was going to TikTok. So I think for me it would be an adjustment of finding different mediums for the things that I want, that I was going straight to TikTok for. I don't think it would hurt me, but I understand people who were getting payouts from TikTok, people who, turned into these big influencers and things like that. And that was like their main source of income. Like, what happens after they take that away?
It is going to suck, but they would have to basically do what other ones did. Like, wasn't King Batch around and all of them during the Vine days? Like, you just gotta.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like not feeling bad for him, but like it's not that I don't feel bad for him, but like similar to how older content creators had to adapt, you got to
Yeah.
have your stuff on every platform. Your TikTok should not be the only place I see your content. It needs to be everywhere so that your fans can follow you wherever you go.
And a lot of them have done that. Like when they first introduced the band, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
did start explaining like, "Hey, I'm on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter." Um, I don't know what the payout differences are. It could be possible that most of their income was coming from TikTok opposed to
Could
the
have
other
been.
things. I think all of it, if TikTok is gone, it's just going to be an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's going to be an adjustment, and I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know how negative or positive that's going to be for me, at least.
Yeah. I would say I'm not going to miss it too much if it does go away, because it took me a minute. I was adverse to getting on TikTok at first, if you remember them days,
Yeah.
just for me to start making TikToks for a quick little phase. But I mean, now that reels are on Instagram and shorts are on YouTube, I feel like YouTube can make finding shorts more convenient. Like, yeah,
That
if I'm
way.
looking up a local
Mhm.
restaurant in Texas, make it easier for me to find a short versus a video from 10 years ago. All of the best restaurants in Dallas. Like, that is so outdated now.
Yeah.
TikTok did have that. ease of access into short form content in a couple of taps.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You brought up a good point about YouTube about how those shorts aren't easily accessible. Like I can open YouTube, but then I see full length videos, I see shorts, I see community posts. There's a fuck ass ad in the middle of me scrolling
Yeah,
down the page. So if they could make like a tab that's just like shorts, you know, or
yeah,
hell, make a YouTube Shorts app. They got YouTube, they got YouTube Studio. A YouTube Shorts app might eat.
yeah. And honestly, there's ways to combine the service to where you don't have to make it too difficult to access. They could. And it might be easier for the TikTok creators because if anything, if Instagram, well, Meta technically, and Google, when it comes to YouTube, really wanted to make this transition easier for everybody, y'all really need to find a way where it's like, hey, you got like a library of like a
If
hundred
you could,
thousand TikToks,
yeah,
transition them over to your account so your fans can see it.
if they could make that shit as close to TikTok as possible, if they could implement something that boosts their reels and shorts to make it feel like people are still on TikTok, they got it. I think the
I,
biggest complaint that I've seen with Instagram is that they hate the algorithm and it's shit all over the place.
I would say that too. That's the only thing with Instagram is how the algorithm works. They got it now where you can reset it, but it's like it's not as curated like
Exactly.
TikTok is. I feel like TikTok, I find one thing I like, and it's not like cache data where all I see is the ads. I see everything that relates to it that I'll also like. Instagram, it fluctuates. My explore page is not like my
Hmm.
regular timeline, and my regular timeline is not like the reels. They're all different for some reason.
Yeah. So if they could fix that, they'll have it in the bag. I think for YouTube, I think YouTube just needs to make a dedicated shorts area.
Hmm.
Whether that's making a new app and here's shorts, this is our TikTok equivalent, or if they get some type of tab where you can just click on it and it's just shorts.
Well, they did do it. Like when I look at it now, the YouTube app on mobile is similar to Instagram, where when you pull it up, there is a button for just real/shorts. The issue with
Oh yeah.
YouTube's is, I'll say this with YouTube. I think there's a couple of convenient things about TikTok. One, kind of like Twitter, you got your For You and your following page. And if you're like me, you just default to the For You. Let
Hmm.
me see. If I search, yeah, now here's the issue. I'm on the shorts tab. I search because it came up recently in conversation, Crazy Frog song. Because if you remember that. My don't ask. My whole thing is why when I'm on the shorts tab and I search that, now I'm seeing full length videos versus just shorts.
And it's the shorts tab, but we got, yeah,
There's too much access to everything else. Like there's like if I scroll on the Blerd mob, I see two full size videos and then the shorts. That's not convenient.
yeah.
That's not convenient.
If they could just tweak it to where it's just shorts and all of the most recent content is pushed to the front, they got it.
Exactly. Because even Instagram's reels, there's not a search bar for shorts like TikTok does it. It's not a following versus For You. It's all just merged together, similar to the main timeline, which we all got problems with.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Instagram don't do like Twitter. We've all been mad at that for the longest, that we can't adjust our tab and just see our friends. But hey, y'all want to use AI? Ooh, that's another conversation. Y'all want to put in AI accounts? Cool. Y'all could just fix the app.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know, but I have fun on TikTok. We don't know. Follow us on our other social media platforms: Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod, Twitter at the Blerd Mob. You can find us on Facebook at the Blerd Mob Podcast. We'll still be posting our short form content there and on YouTube. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already. We'll still be putting out our short form content. I've seen
Mhm.
the alternatives. They've been talking about Red Note, Lemonade, and stuff like that. We'll
What was that
see.
thing going around on Twitter where they was like, y'all can't even read the terms of use
That's
because it's written in
red.
Chinese?
That's the Red Note app.
They just agreed to send their fingerprints over and let them make a clone of them. Don't even know it.
Yeah. Um, we don't know if we'll sign up for one of the alternatives or not. If we do, we'll let you guys know. But follow us on our other social media platforms will still be there.
Mm-hmm.
But moving to our next topic. So the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc, me and Ryan have been talking about this shit forever. We talked about it before it was announced.
Yeah.
It was going to be movies. We talked about it when it was going to be announced for movies before we even knew when the lineup was going to start. And now we're here. The only thing officially I think we know is that the first movie is going to drop 2025. The reason we are bringing this up, it caught our attention, is that there's a rumor going around that this is going to be split up into 2-year chunks. Meaning that when this first movie drops in 2025, we're not going to get the next movie until 2027. And then we're not going to get the last movie until 2029. And if that's true and it feels insane, it is insane. But
for reference, it is 2025 now. Me and Portia are getting kind of old. We're going to go from being in our late 20s to our early 30s to finish Demon Slayer. I recognize that with One Piece. Demon Slayer is like, what, 28 volumes long, Food? 32 at most?
I don't even think it was 32. I don't think Demon Slayer went past 30 volumes.
My manga's all the way over there. You telling me for the shortest arc, it took me a day and a half.
Demon Slayer is 23 volumes.
It took me a day and a half to finish that last arc. It takes an hour to read a volume.
So just to go through, so this is from Anime Rave profile on Twitter, at Annie Rave. I'm not gonna say this is official information. This is just what was rumored. This is rumored information.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt. But they said that a domestic release is presumed to be September 12th, 2025. It's going to release in Japan as early as July 17th. They're still saying there's going to be a up to 2 years gap between the 3 movies. They say Ufotable is hiring new animators. And they're coming from different studios like Toei Animation,
okay,
My Hoyo Movies, Genshin, and some other areas. So 2 years though, I think the part that's really like I'm stuck with is 2-year gaps. And this is the part that gets me. Even the 2-part movie pattern that most movies fall in don't take that long to come out. We got Avengers Infinity War in 2018 and bounced back with Endgame in 19. Hunger Games went part 1, part 2 back to back. Wicked currently is doing part 1, part 2 back to back. Harry Potter did part 1, part 2 back to back. Twilight. Maybe I'm not on game, but what happens with part 1, part 2 movies when it comes to anime? But 2 years just sounds crazy to me.
Let's just be honest. Even if they wanted to give top tier animation that breaks the scale, gives us a new definition of animation. If y'all can drop 12, 15, 14, 24 episode seasons, we finna get 3 movies. Let's just assume they're an hour and a half. That's 9 episodes. I ain't never seen an anime where it take that much to make 9 episodes. It shouldn't take that many years to make 9 episodes. Y'all really could get that done in 1 year. I'll let you slide with 2. If you want to give it that ultra high definition treatment. But let's just be honest, y'all have been making high quality Demon Slayer episodes. Why y'all need that much of a time gap for 3 episodes each?
And
it's only going to be an hour and a half.
I don't even think the gap between season 1 and Mugen Train. Actually, the gap between Mugen Train and Entertainment District arc, I don't think was that long.
At most 2 years, and those are full-fledged seasons.
I
remember being in LA at the time for Mugen Train. Was I in LA for Entertainment District or was I in Texas? I don't even remember.
I don't know where we were for Entertainment District.
Even then, it couldn't have been no more than 2 years.
I wonder, because this tweet does say that they're hiring new animators and stuff. I wonder I wonder what they're trying with them saying that they're hiring new animators. I wonder if what they're trying to do visually with this movie, where they may need more time to work on this than a regular season.
Exactly.
And I also, given what we saw in the harsher training arc with them adding additional scenes, are they trying to do is storyboarding come into play? Are they trying to add something extra to the Demon Slayer ending for the theatrical releases that we didn't get in the manga?
Even then, they already added so much. Even with the the village training arc, they already can do that. It still don't take that long. Like, and I'm obviously, and here's the thing: before any of those extremists come up into the chat, yes, we are all in full support of animators having time to be around their families. We don't want that map of treatment where they get treated bad and in office for over 8 hours. We get that, but at the same time, if they could produce these seasons and the studios behind Demon Slayer, let's just assume they weren't in there for that long, I don't see why you need 2 years per 3 episode roughly long movie to do it.
I am concerned if the hype for Demon Slayer can even last that long. That is a 6-year period.
And I'm gonna be honest, we read the manga, there's not too many stopping points. I can see one real good one. But
Yeah.
2 stopping points, you're really finna like break our vision and our opinion on the movie like Attack on Titan did.
I was just finna say, this sounds like Attack on Titan on steroids.
Exactly.
Because and the fact that you said you don't see 2 good stopping points makes me think that there might be some storyboarding elements to this process where they're trying to add in something for these breaks in these movies to make sense.
I still, aside from them trying to milk as much money as possible from this, which obviously is what they're doing, bro, drop 3 movies and make them at most a year apart. I think we said this in another episode. There's no reason for them to be longer than a year apart. These are 3 episodes each. At most 3.5. These are 3 episodes each long worth of movies. Y'all really could do 6 months, but you want to let it sit in theaters, come out on streaming, let people rewatch it, which is why I'll say a year.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense at all.
My only explanation for this is that it might be something to do if it's true that they're bringing in more animators. It could be something they're trying to do different with the animation. There could be some additional story elements that they're trying to add to wrap this up. This is the only way that I can explain or justify why there is a 2-year gap between these movies.
Listen, bro. The JJK anime's catching up. The manga just ended. We finna go into the final season of MHA. If anything, Demon Slayer doing this is just gonna lower their chances of getting as many eyes on them as possible. And a lot of folks might just wait for it to get on streaming because of how y'all did the last 2 little movie merger episode thingy things.
Yeah. And that was my thing, was saying, can the Demon Slayer fandom last until 2029 to wrap this up?
No.
I think by the time the first movie is gonna bang. Yeah. It's gonna bang. 2027, I think for 2027, 2029, people are going to see it because it's like, hey, Demon Slayer, I remember this, but I just don't feel like the hype is going to be there. I don't think it's going to grip anybody when it gets to 2027 and we're talking about Infinity Castle Part 2, 2029 Infinity Castle Part 3. I think the Demon Slayer loyalists are going to go see it because we've been waiting for this. But
unless they do the marketing, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna say this. If this first movie in 2025 goes nuts, they will be able to hold some people until 2027, because my example for this is Arcane. Arcane had me in a chokehold so bad that I rewatched the season 6 times in the 3-year gap between 2021 and 2024.
Fair.
Now, if that first movie comes out and it slaps me so hard that I go back to 2021 where I rewatched the first season, they might be able to hold me until 2027, but I'm not optimistic.
I'm gonna be real. And this is talking for me. Maybe a lot of people, because let's talk about something objectively. We waste money for less. So I will say, oh, there's a Demon Slayer movie. Even if I'm not that hyped for it, or I lost interest because all these other anime are getting big and everything else, we got the next generation of shonen coming out.
Yeah.
I'm still going to spend like $14 at the
That's what I'm
theaters to
saying.
go.
But you're already invested. So that's why I said Demon Slayer loyalists, people who are already invested in the franchise, we're gonna go see it.
But the people who watch it passively, like, let's just be honest, let's talk about the new generation of shonen that's probably going to have their next seasons coming up next year or the year, or even late this year. We already getting Sakamoto Days. It did good. Dun did good. That Kagero Bashi, the one with the low eye dude, black hair and the swords that everybody hyped up off the first panels that they said it's going to be next gen.
Yeah.
The manga's released and they talking about anime for that. Hell's Paradise should be
Chainsaw Man
coming back.
finna come back with a movie. Hell's Paradise finna come out with season 2. Kaiju number 8 is coming back in the summer.
JJK anime should be. We're probably getting the last 3 seasons of the JJK anime once it starts back up, because the manga just ended.
Yeah.
Last season of MHA. Over these next 4 years, the landscape of anime is finna shift. Everybody done seen the movie trend, so all of them might start dropping movies too. Demon Slayer, if anything, is just increasing their likelihood for competition. In my opinion, release the movies year after year, if not every 6 to 9 months after each other. Get as much of your payout as possible while the hype still exists, and then put pressure on everybody else. Because now the pressure is going to be put on y'all because these other franchises are about to perform.
Yeah.
They own the come up. Fire Force finna get their next season if it does
good.
Fire
Force coming back.
We got a lot of stuff coming out, bro. Dragon Ball Daima seem to be well received.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be some more big dogs coming out in the next few years. Because Demon Slayer already, it's one of the best for animation, but wasn't JJK still performing better than it?
Shibuya and Harsh Training Arc. I think Shibuya might have ended before Harsh Training Arc dropped.
But even then, let's talk about it this way. On some My Hero stuff, Harsh Training Arc wasn't that good. We're near the end of the anime, but a few folks looked at that and said, ugh. Yeah. A few folks look at Swordsmith Village arc and say, ugh. Yeah. We just got the entertainment village. We just got the entertainment district, and this is the follow-up. Really? You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, in my opinion, y'all might be losing fans. The longer a franchise gets, the more fans it loses because people start to fall off. Yeah. People are really going to fall off for the casual watchers over time.
I would hate for 2027 to come around and we do the same, and we do to that movie what we just did to that My Hero movie, because I didn't hear shit. 1, I forgot about it. 2, I haven't heard anybody talking about that My Hero movie.
Bro, I still don't think I believe you when you said it came out.
I looked it up. They said it was and I'll give you this, because Fandango and Crunchyroll sent me a notification talking about, hey, the My Hero, your next movie is out. They did their due diligence. I, however, did not see it through, and I did not see anybody on my Twitter feed or TikTok talking about that movie.
Phoop, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I still don't even believe you. I looked it up with you. We were together. I'm like, I did not see anybody talk about this movie. I have been looking up movies to watch every 3 weeks lately because I'm like, it's been so long.
I also feel like there's a secondary reason about why My Hero movies, why it might have fell off like that, because none of the My Hero movies are canon. So what are we going to the movie? What are we going to the movies for? It's different with Demon Slayer, because the Demon Slayer, we only have Mugen Train. But the films that they put out for Demon Slayer, we know for sure are canon. We know for sure that this Infinity Castle arc is canon.
To my knowledge, Demon Slayer was the first anime to even break that trend of making movies that were canon. Bleach, the big 3, none of them did it. Pokemon didn't do it.
The Fairy Tail movie is not canon.
Fairy Tail movies, all the old school shonens that you see behind me that got movies, the Hunter x Hunter movies, they ain't canon.
I
Demon
watched
Slayer, to
the Sailor Moon movies, not even canon. I watched it and I said, what the hell?
That's what I'm saying. To my knowledge, Demon Slayer was the first anime to prove canon anime movies can be successful. That's why I'm worried if they take too long, these other animes are going to catch up. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, if they get enough little heat but pepper in their step, they might make a movie.
Yeah.
What's stopping them? One Piece might come around and make their first canon movie. We finna start getting into the last few arcs if Oda ain't lying about it ending soon.
Yeah.
Because Demon Slayer was the ones that proved it's possible. I don't want them to lose to their own creations. To the creation, not plural.
I don't know. I really don't know. I hope this 2-year plan is strictly a rumor. I hope it's what we were talking about on our winter 2025 recommendation video, that they paid somebody to put that out there to see how everybody felt, and we all said hell no, and it was like, okay, y'all can't do that shit.
All right. What that Blerd mob dude said, every 9 months we'll do that.
Yeah. Like if they do 2025, 2026, 2027, they got it in the bag. I will be set.
That's fair.
I'll be set and ready.
And do it at the right time. Oh, I think King told us about the seasons that people release stuff because they outside. A Demon Slayer movie every summer? Yeah. 3 years in a row?
Nasty.
We eat it.
It would definitely give us something to look forward to. It would definitely keep people invested in the Demon Slayer series. And we have enough time to watch it in theaters, watch it on streaming, and just keep the anticipation for what's going to come next. Like, 2 years it seems risky to me.
Same. I feel like you would really lose the casuals. You might lose. I'm a fan of it. I might even sit there and be like, Phoop, we going to DreamCon 2027. We got a trip here. We got a trip there. You know what? I'll wait till it hits Crunchyroll. Yeah. I might even not go see it from one of those movies.
We're gonna see. Hopefully this is strictly a rumor, but as more information comes out about the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc, we'll be letting you guys know about it and how we feel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment of how you feel about the current news. If you're listening to this on our audio platforms, make sure you hit that follow button so you can get notified for our next episode. So moving into our video games, the big dog of the week.
Wow.
The big dog of the week. Nintendo finally released an official video of what the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to look like. Now, I found this funny because everybody was like, this is a here damn video. And let's explain why.
It kind of was.
It was kind of like a here damn, leave us alone type video. So, the Consumer Electronics Show, CES, happened, what was that, like the full first week of January this
Something
year?
like that. It just ended recently, in Vegas.
So, Genki, an accessories manufacturer, had a mock-up that they were claiming that this is what the Switch 2 looks like. They had videos, pictures. From the IGN article I read, they went up to talk to Genki about the mock-up. At the time, Genki insisted that the mock-up was based on a real Switch 2 system it had seen and used as a basis for its accessories. So that went everywhere. And then we started seeing leaks about the games that were going to be coming out with it, the GPU, even release dates. Like the video that came out on Thursday, I knew about that shit like 2 days before. And some guy was like, Nintendo's going to do an official announcement about the Switch 2 to follow up with this. But when the leaks were coming out, the only thing that Nintendo had said was that the gaming hardware that Genki presented as Nintendo hardware at CES is unofficial and was not provided to the company by us. However, reading between the lines, they did not say that that wasn't the Switch 2. They just said it wasn't official. But the video came out and that shit looks exactly like that damn mock-up.
Yeah. So they weren't lying.
They weren't lying, but my thing is, so I have a couple questions that I want to have for this discussion. Now that we've seen it, because the only thing officially that we knew about the Switch 2 is that it was going to be backwards compatible with the Switch 1.
Exactly.
So now that we've seen it in full, how do we feel about the console? Did the leaks ruin the surprise for the console? And does it really hurt Nintendo at the end that the Switch 2 got leaked before they had a chance to officially show it?
I'll say this. I only studied a little bit of marketing, but I don't work in marketing. But I can say, as a personal fan of gaming and a professional hater of Nintendo, despite liking them and their legacy, this didn't do nothing bad for me. Like, we know that a new console is on the way. New consoles always release within around that 7-year mark. When did the Switch 1 release?
2017.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 8. Cool. Like, we knew a new console. Like, for me, as a gamer who's been here, done this for multiple console generations, I don't care. Just tell me how much it's going to cost. What's the game dropping with it? Because just like with the Switch 1, I'm going to look for one specific game. Y'all are dropping Mario Kart 9, it seems. So
we gonna talk about Mario. We gonna talk about that shit. We gonna talk about Mario Kart 9. Listen,
we're gonna get there. So I might actually buy this on the release date. Last console I waited till the Smash Bros, but it didn't affect me. The console looks good. It looks like they sticking to the trend. They're still going to be that cross between portable and couch gaming, which I like. I feel like this was their best formula. I like the fact that they're not trying nothing new with this next console.
Yeah.
Yes, the Switch is y'all's bread and butter. Y'all have really found a niche, and y'all are doing good at it. I like that. I just want to know what the CPU power and GPU power is going to be. There's rumors that they're going to have Red Dead Redemption 2 on there, and that it may be as powerful as the PS4 Pro. I don't know how accurate that is.
I saw this, and this is strictly a rumor. Let me look at the date of this tweet that I pulled up. This is from January 17th. So they said Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, it's gonna be on it.
It's gonna be a new Mario Odyssey, right? They said it might be a new 3D Mario game.
Yeah, I think that might be what they were talking about. They said the handheld is gonna be 1080p. It's gonna be 2K dock, 60 FPS. It's either gonna be $399 or $499. It's gonna either launch. It looks like it's gonna launch in June, either June 20th or June 27th. The showcase that they're doing in April is going to show Breath of the Wild on the Switch and the Switch 2, and then games at launch, Metro Prime 4. And that makes sense because when they announced Metro Prime 4 at that last Nintendo Direct, it only said 2025. And they didn't say a date. And they didn't say it was gonna be on Switch 1.
Right.
It's Breath of the Wild remastered, Mario Kart 9, Tekken 8, and Elden Ring.
See, and I'm not mad at that. I am a little disappointed in 2K because I think 2K is like 2048 by 1080 pixels. I'm seeing right here that they say sometimes 2560 by 1440, which isn't bad. That's what most people game on with their PC monitors at 60 frames or 120 frames. I would have liked 4K for graphics, but if it's strong enough to play Elden Ring, I think that's a good sign. It just might look bad.
If it looks better than what the current Switch ports look like, if Tekken 8, listen, you're worried about Elden Ring, I'm worried about Tekken 8, because if we're going off of that damn Mortal Kombat Switch port situation, what's Tekken 8 gonna look like? Now, like I said, these are strictly rumors. The official Nintendo Switch 2 showcase is coming April 2nd, 2025, which I think is going to give us a full breakdown of everything hardware and software wise with the Switch 2, as well as what games are coming on launch. Now, they did show us Mario Kart 9, which I don't have too many opinions about it yet. I want to see more.
The only thing I've seen people talking about is DK's redesign. He looks more like the movie.
I don't like it. Switch him back.
It was ugly.
I want them to switch DK back. What I was gonna say is that they caught a glimpse of the starting line. The starting line has spaces for 24 players.
I heard about that too, yeah.
So I don't know. I have a couple theories running around with this. Is that might be a feature that's similar to how they're doing Super Mario Party Jamboree. Super Mario Party Jamboree has a mode where you can play with like 20 plus people and play mini games and stuff with. Not like, I don't think it's like the full like board game piece, like the main mode of Mario Party. I think this is like a separate like party play where you can play with like 20 plus people online. I wonder if that's what it's being used for.
Could be.
And that
Could be.
they're gonna keep, and then for like
Grand Prix and regular
Grand
mode.
Prix and regular online play, like how they have it now with like worldwide, regional, whatever, it's still gonna be 12 spaces for like tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this 20, and then this 24 space might be like a party play where you can race with 24 people and it's just chaotic as hell.
My only thing with it is, funny enough, if that's the newest thing y'all did with Mario Kart 9, it's not going to impress me personally. Because we've been over here, we done talked about it probably in 2 or 3 episodes at this point. Are y'all going to add boats? Are y'all going to add planes?
Show me the goddamn plane. Now, if the planes are in here, that's going to be crazy. That's why I said they have to show me more. I understand that they only gave us this glimpse of Mario Kart just to show us something of how it would look on the Switch. Showing a game doing something. I get it. But when we get to this April 2nd showcase and you show me Mario Kart 9, I need you to show me Mario Kart 9.
And to be honest, that don't need to be the only game. I understand taking a break for Smash Brothers. I understand releasing Smash Brothers a year or two after Mario Kart. I get why you would wait on that because that's your next big blockbuster, and I have no idea what y'all doing next. But Mario Kart 9, please have something more unique than 24 players. Bring the double dash elements back, and you can alternate. Maybe that could be the feature. It's Mario Kart Ultimate, where all the unique features from other Mario Kart games are in here. Something.
That
it can't just be 24 players. If it's just 24 players, that's gonna piss me off. That's gonna piss me off.
I would agree.
Because y'all, we seen that y'all can make unique maps. That's cool, but
and that y'all can remaster old maps to make them fit the more modern designs. Like they gotta have something. It's something's gotta be crazy with Mario Kart 9. But to touch on the console itself, I fuck with it.
It looks nice. Very sleek.
Now, right, it looks more modern. Like I like the full black with like the consoles have the small colored details and stuff on it.
Magnetic versus sliding in, very convenient.
Correct. Now, I have a theory. So they have the 2 USB-C ports, one at the bottom and one at the top. I'm curious as if they're setting up the console for some type of like VR thing. Like there's something that you can hook into the top up there.
Funny enough, if Nintendo was to do VR, I think it could work. My only thing is that really depends on the capabilities of the console itself, or if the helmet is external and it's more like a I don't know, like the Apple Vision Pro or something where it does work independently. Kind of like how the console can work independently from the docking station.
Yeah, or maybe there's some type of online thing. I can't remember what VR headset is, but like you could plug it up into your computer and like download games and stuff to your headset from it. I wonder if that piece up there is supposed to allow like some type of external connection to something like a computer or like a VR headset or something like that.
It could. And making sure that I don't miss this part. Like, even though I want their graphics to be look good, at the very least, I don't buy a Switch for cross-platform games. I buy it for Mario. I understand the kids whose parents buy them the Switch and that might be their only console. I buy it for Mario and Pokemon. At the end of the day, just make sure y'all's games actually look good. Like, there's no reason that a Pokemon game should be lagging, stuff breaking down in the distance, pop-ins, and all that other graphical lag
when I
coming in on the console.
Pokemon Violet had my Switch hot.
Yeah.
I was falling through the map. Like, I could see, like, the grass, and it's, like, black. It froze up sometimes. So, I think one time it, like, completely shut off on me. I would definitely agree with that. Like,
Right.
seeing Tekken 8 on the Switch will be great. The fact that you guys are, trying to support games outside of Nintendo. But I definitely agree. Make sure y'all shit work. Especially with this Pokemon game that they teased last year, that
Yeah.
nobody still has any, like, concrete information on what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think, so to go to my question about if the leaks ruined the surprise for the console, I agree with you that it didn't really do much because we knew it was coming. I think the surprise is going to come with what is the games, like, that come on the Switch too.
Yeah. The
Um,
surprise for me is if the console is actually powerful. If it can actually play some good stuff, wow. Congrats.
yeah, I'm curious to see, like, what's going to kick this up. And I think we said this last time, like, we need something past backwards compatibility that's going to make the Switch 2 a notch up from the Switch 1. Other than the
Mm-hmm.
fact that it's a bigger screen, bigger Joy-Cons, and the thing that they were talking about, that you may be able to use the Joy-Cons as a mouse. I have no idea what, and I don't know what I would use that for. I feel
Or
like
why.
I feel like they're gonna show us in the showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I need something more than it's bigger.
Yeah. Or if it's bigger, at least be bigger in power and capabilities too. Like, how much storage do I got? Stuff is backwards compatible, but I got the Smash Brothers Switch. Does that stuff tie to my Nintendo account and it can
Yeah,
transfer
I
over? It
think they
does.
said, yeah. So the cartridges, so the game slot is still the same size, and I think they said, like, anything that's attached to your Nintendo account will transfer over.
Plus
They
memory on the game and all that good stuff.
That I don't know,
Okay.
but they
Because I would
did.
hate if I
But
bought that deluxe Switch and I ain't got Smash Bros.
I
Ultimate.
saw both. I remember seeing both digital and physical games can be played on both. They said some games may not be, but a video that I was watching, they think they're talking about the Switch games where they have accessories that were built
Mm-hmm.
specifically for the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. That now
Yeah.
that they've changed how they connect to the system, those aren't going to work anymore, which is
Mm.
obvious in itself.
Makes
But
sense. That does.
I don't think any of the standard games will not be compatible with the system.
Okay. I mean, I'm interested. At the end of the day, they went the right route. They went the right route by making this an incremental upgrade. Just make it a good upgrade. It's been 8 years. Y'all, I'm sick of y'all's low fidelity. I'm sick of all of that.
I'm curious. I'm ready for two things. One, I'm ready for the showcase because I know that's going to be a nasty ass showcase.
Yeah.
That's going to be a nasty ass showcase, and I'm disappointed a little bit because I know I'm going to be at work, and I know I'm going to be watching this on YouTube at work, because if we could stream that shit live, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I'm looking forward to, they did mention that they're doing the Switch 2 Experience Tour.
Yeah,
They For those who didn't know about it, the Switch 2 Experience Tour, they're going to New York, Dallas, was it Los Angeles?
I believe so.
And somewhere else. I think it was 4 locations. You have to have a Nintendo account to register. You go into a drawing. If you get selected, you basically get to play with the Switch 2 before it drops in stores on retail. So I'm
Right.
curious to see the feedback from the people who get selected on how they feel about the Switch 2, like how it feels. Does the size difference really enhance the experience? What games did they let them play? Like, I'm curious to see. And that's why we need TikTok, because that shit will be so easy to find
That's so funny. I like how you did that.
on
That follow up.
TikTok, because
Good callback.
I'm just saying though, like, I know the big creators like IGN and GameSpot and all of those well-known tech influencers, I know they're going to be there. But like everyday people like me, you gonna find them folks on TikTok like, hey, I got randomly selected to go play the Switch 2 in Dallas, and this is how I felt about it. And I'm gonna be like, okay, I feel you.
Exactly. Because IGN and GameSpot, they not trying to ruin relationships. They try to make their money.
Right.
They're going to say everything was perfect. The growth was perfect. And blah, 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 blah.
And sometimes the tech influencers use big words. And it's just like, okay, where is Jeremy?
MKBHD going to be talking about the RAM and everything.
Where's Jeremy, who works at my local GameStop that got randomly selected to go on his day off? How does he feel about it?
With his Mario t-shirt and DK book bag on.
That's what I'm saying. How does he feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two events following this first Switch 2 announcement that I'm waiting for. I know,
yeah.
And going back to what you said, that this would be, you were going to buy the Switch on launch. I'm heavily thinking about buying it on launch.
It depends. If Mario Kart 9 impresses me, I'm buying it on launch. But also, one, I don't be fiending for the handheld mode. And two, I will play Mario Kart 9 with y'all. I don't think I'll just be playing it that much independently. If
That's
it's the only game I want, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last year. Is there going to be a good Star Fox game dropping that I actually like, or I'm gonna wait till like Smash Bros or the next Mario baseball game? Because we still ain't get that on the Switch one. Honestly, that would turn me up. Drop Mario Sluggers.
Tangent time. I have a theory that they're not going to do that shit. I have a theory that they're done with the sports games. Now, it could be possible that they waited until the Switch 2 to put the next one out, and that's fine. But the only Mario sports game that really did some numbers to me was Aces.
And I enjoyed Aces.
Aces was nice. I didn't hear anything about that damn golf game. I think the release schedule for Strikers fell below expectations.
Well, that's because they half-assed them. They half-assed Strikers. You barely had any characters, barely any fields. Y'all half-assed that game. They really half-assed Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games. We had more to do in the winter ones on the Wii.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Their only shining star out of the sports games that they released on that console was tennis. I have a theory that they're not going to do baseball.
I doubt that they'll do it? Yes, I do agree with you on that. I actually am not against that theory. But in my opinion, y'all are wasting so much potential. Like 3D Mario always bangs. We get it. 2D Mario, y'all been doing it for longer than I've been on this earth. And it's still going to work. But y'all sports games, y'all had some fire. Y'all created something revolutionary. When y'all said, let's put Mario in insert well-known sport here, give it a story mode.
Yeah.
Where you can follow the field, unlock these different maps, battle everybody in their own area, give it a nice multiplayer where you can utilize hella characters, and then insert random bonus mode. And something that y'all did really well with Mario Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games on the Wii, let me add my me to it. Let me, when I play the story mode and multiplayer, there are unlockables, and that can go on my me character, which makes me's relevant and gives the completionist something to feel, because now you got that customizability, and that's the formula. You can do that for football, soccer, which is football, baseball, basketball, tennis. Y'all can do that for anything. And it doesn't take away from Switch Sports, because Switch Sports plays completely differently.
Yeah. If they're saving baseball for Switch 2, I won't be upset. I've been waiting for a new Sluggers game. I'm just saying the track record for this new generation of Mario sports game has not been doing well. And honestly, I would have did Sluggers after Aces.
Aces was the only one to stay true to the formula I just mentioned.
I honestly, truly, Aces is, some of the mechanics are very close in comparison of what they could have did with the damn baseball game.
Yeah, the nice little meta they got behind when it comes to how to do stuff. There was a meta in the baseball on how to actually hit the ball, drop shot with the ball.
That's what I'm saying. And in the different tiers, where they had like more technique based, more power based, balanced characters, same things in Slugger, same type of stats, pitching stats, running stats, batting stats.
They all played
You were
differently.
halfway there. I think they should have did sluggers after tennis. I think that would have went up, and they could have used the same roster. They had hella characters on that tennis game.
Look, and that's what I'm saying. Just keep all the characters. You did it for sluggers. It worked. In my opinion, aces worked. Strikers, the reason it failed, I would have loved strikers. I liked on GameCube when I could have all those different characters on the field. But y'all gave us what, 5 captains starting off? And then you had to pick
It's
random
8 play.
NPCs?
It was like 8. I think the first roster on launch was 8 characters. And I was like, if we're building 4-player teams, it's 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the same people on your team that I have on mine. There's not really any. I'm playing myself at this point.
And let's just be honest. Y'all have the formula. In every game, Mario's going to be the all-around character. In every game, DK and Bowser are going to be the heavy attack or defense or power characters.
Mm-hmm.
Peach and Daisy are technical or whatever.
Or
Keep it like that. That's what I'm saying. Let it transfer over if y'all are having an issue with development. Because I don't see why the Strikers game wasn't as detailed or strong enough meta, fun game mechanics, fun campaign as Aces in previous baseball games. There was no reason for them to fail with that. They had the successful pattern. They took stuff out.
I don't know. Maybe
even with,
it could be possible that there is low investment in the Mario Sports arena. That they just did strikers for shits and giggles. And now that their shits and giggles have went down the drain, I'm standing on it. We might not get baseball. I might be playing 2008 Super Mario Sluggers until my hands don't work no more. I get arthritis in my hands and I can't swing no Wii remote no more.
And here's the thing. Maybe it's their audience. Nintendo seems to have a decent relationship with America. Maybe the Japanese audience and other countries that they sell to, who are their top buyers, don't care for it. But in my opinion, it was so
It also could be that sports games might be phasing out. Like when they were initially doing the Mario Sports, we were getting hella NBA Lives, Street 3s, even the racing was going up with like Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, Madden was going crazy. They had the NFL Street games. Like that area of sports gaming was huge, which I feel like made it easy for them to fall into. Now it's just 2K and Madden, really.
But even then, 2K Madden, some people do NHL and all that.
And FIFA,
But
I've met some people who play FIFA.
People like FIFA. But even then, even more so, there's a market that y'all can tackle because there aren't many alternatives. Y'all would be the one alternative for people like me who don't give nothing to care about those games. Because y'all really cared about, if they did care about the market food, we ain't got a real Mario shooting game yet. And I understand why put a gun in Mario's hand, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
The Star Fox game Assault that was on GameCube was one of the best little shooting games on Nintendo that I personally ever played.
I think they're gonna keep like the shooting mechanics to Metroid, Star Fox. I think Bayonetta got her thing.
Yeah.
With the guns and stuff. They not giving Mario no blicky. They not giving Mario. It's me,
Mario. like okay, fair. We ain't putting a blicky, we ain't putting a Uzi in Mario's hand, but even then, like I do want to see something innovative. Like Odyssey, cool. We've had Odyssey before. The 2D Mario games, the 3D Mario games, cool. Are we going to get a nice little Mario RPG? Wasn't they trying to make one and I didn't like it because they didn't really do much with it?
I know they had
or did that never
they
release?
did Mario, you talking about Mario Luigi Brothership?
Was that it? I feel like it was a recent, was it
Brothership? Are you talking about Mario RPG, the one that they remastered for Switch?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That was it. I'm like, why are we getting a remaster versus something? And I saw the vibe they were going for, but actually make something nice and new. Give us something fun and innovative. Because I think they went for like a little Dragon Quest vibe, which I wouldn't have been against if it didn't look kind of trash.
Yeah. I don't know. Because it looks like the starting lineup for the Switch 2 is a Mario 3D game in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I think they have tried to do new things with Mario. They just didn't succeed. Like, they tried to give Princess Peach her own game, and, like, ain't nobody really play that for real. That felt like I watched Antoine play the demo, and I was like, I wouldn't buy this I would not buy this as a whole game. Shit, bring back Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
I think they did bring back Yoshi's Island. It might have not done well, which is why they didn't try to do another one. But I don't know.
I just feel conflicted because, like, I just said, oh, a Mario RPG, and then I saw the RPG they did drop, and I didn't like it. And someone could say, well, Ryan, maybe Nintendo just ain't for you. They're not going to please you. But I just don't feel like that's the case. I really feel like they need to step outside of their comfort zone and do something great. Like Smash Bros. Ultimate was an example of what you do when we're done making all these remasters. This is what you do when you say, here's something where we just showed you everything we got and put it in a one. That was good. Now show us something new that Ultimate that came out. Mario Kart, y'all been giving us the same old Mario Kart for a long time now. Give us something new. The sports games, y'all had something and just got rid of it. And now, when y'all give us something new, it's less of what we had in the beginning. Show us something innovative, be consistent, and then step outside your comfort zone and show us something else.
I think if they did Strikers correctly, it definitely would have made it to what is that? That convention. They do Eastern. Is it PAX? PAX East, PAX West?
Oh, like with esports and all that good stuff?
Yeah, because they have, to this day, they're still doing Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8 tournaments. I think if they did Strikers right, they could have easily went into the esports arena.
They just have to care. That's really it. Like, I don't know what Nintendo's priorities are. Like, is it just family fun still? Because American fans get mad at us when we say, yeah, this is the console for kids and families, but that's literally what Nintendo themselves branded it as at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Elden Ring. Oh, cool. Like Red Dead. Okay, y'all getting some rated M games on here. Is GTA 6 going to be on there?
I doubt it. I 100% doubt that shit.
I guarantee it won't either. I support that.
Words that will not be uttered after this episode. GTA 6 is going to be on the Nintendo Switch too.
And you know how crazy. Ooh, I should have muted myself when I coughed. You know how crazy GTA 6 and I can play it portably would be? I don't even have a reason to leave the house, but I know I'm going to be on GTA 6 all day. You going to see me. I'll play that at the airport.
I highly doubt that shit. I think Nintendo is dipping their toe into more mature gaming, but starting the lineup with GTA 6 is like pushing somebody into the pool. That is a push.
They had Skyrim and some other games. At one point, we had Black Ops.
We did have Black Ops. I had it.
And you could buy that little custom shooting accessory, which is why I don't understand why.
Maybe I wonder if they just didn't get good feedback, because the Wii did some things that when we got to the Switch they stopped doing. Like 2K was on the Wii, then we got to the Switch, no 2K, no Call of Duty.
Well, you got to realize it wasn't just the Wii to the Switch; it was the Wii U. Even though we all hated it.
Well,
it was their fault.
Fair.
It was their fault.
Fair. And I saw this too. I saw a tweet from somebody who said they used to work at GameStop, and they said they were relieved that they are flat out calling this the Nintendo Switch 2 because of the confusion that happened when they dropped the Wii U.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know they were stressing them GameStop employees out. I just know somebody and their mama was up there cussing them GameStop folks flat the fuck out because they didn't know the difference between the Wii and the Wii U.
Why I gotta pay $300 for an accessory, man? It's a whole new console. He got the Wii.
He got a Wii.
I want the Wii U accessory.
I just want the little Game Boy thing, ma'am. That
Ain't it an iPad?
Ma'am, that doesn't work with the old Wii.
It's just a Nintendo iPad. Why it cost $400?
I know they were stressing those folks at GameStop out. So even if you feel like the game is boring, Nintendo Switch 2, I trust that is going to relieve some headache. And I don't even know if people are going to go physically to GameStop to buy this shit because right now we've gotten into the era where everything is online. Everything pre-orders online. I pre-ordered my PS5 from Amazon.
I pre-ordered all my PS5, Xbox Series X,
the Switch,
all of
my
that was
Pokemon
online.
Edition Switch. I ordered that from pre-ordered that from Amazon. So
Same.
they're learning lessons in some ways. I would like to see what else comes out of this. Honestly, truly.
Yeah, because we've had the arguments. I want to see who y'all competing against. I want to see what was y'all's focus this year.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got no release for the graphics. We don't know any of that information. But I hope that y'all are focused on something that I would appreciate as a selfish fan.
I hope it's a nasty ass showcase. I hope it's like a 30, 45 minute plus showcase.
Yeah.
Like, I want people talking. Like this first video, this 2 minute, this almost 2.5 minute video, ain't nobody said shit.
Exactly.
It was just showing off the console, the new features. I want a in-depth Nintendo Direct on this Switch 2. And in 45 minutes or less, tell me why I should buy this on launch day.
Exactly. Get everything, get all the basics out. Let us know how powerful it is. How strong is it? How much it costs?
It needs to be like a PlayStation Pro level type showcase. The way they broke everything down about that PS5 Pro, that's what I need from y'all.
PS5 or PS4?
I think PS5 Pro. I swear they put out a PlayStation State of Play that broke that down.
I saw PS4 Pro.
No. I'm talking about the showcase. I'm talking about I want a showcase that breaks down the console in comparison to how PlayStation did the PS5 Pro. I'm talking about the showcase. I ain't talking about No.
That's some high expectations.
We were not on the same page. I'm talking about
was here and I was here.
Yeah, now we got it. Let's come back. I'm talking about the showcase. I need them to break down this console the same way that PlayStation broke down that PS5 Pro.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated.
That's what I want in 45 minutes or less. And I'll
be happy if they do it in 30.
I need games. And the only reason I'm breaking it up is because they showed a lot of features that a lot of people are guessing or assuming that, oh, this is for this is for that, this is for that. So they got to break down some of those features. The mouse thing that they did, what's that for? What's the extra USB thing at the top for? Like,
yeah. And make it interesting. Don't make it a gimmick. Y'all got your motion controls. You got your portability. Give us something real. If it's just for one Mario Party game, just say that. Just like that little touch button on the PS5 Pro. The only reason we really care about it is for Astrobots. Just say that. Keep it real. Keep it a buck. Don't try to tiptoe around it.
Show us the games and show us real gameplay. Okay?
Real gameplay, yeah.
Real gameplay. Especially for Tekken 8 in Elden Ring. We need to see exactly what the fuck that's gonna look like on that Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, because I was playing Elden Ring like 3 years ago when it dropped. Even though it's an older game, that's fairly recent. Its graphics look beautiful. I don't think it necessarily pushed the boundaries of graphics and animation, but it definitely looked beautiful and fit the game. So I'm surprised that they got that. Are y'all gonna have the DLC and everything too? That's a pretty powerful game.
Yeah.
I question if y'all could do GTA 6, but if y'all can do Elden Ring, don't say y'all can do Cyberpunk as well. Don't say like all the big RPGs in that era release. So that means I should get some graphically pleasing games.
Yeah, I want to see. That's what I want to see from this April 2nd showcase. That's what I want to see. And then I would love, and then coming off of that showcase, when they do the experience tour, I would love to see if when y'all were touching those handhelds that it met the expectations that were set in that showcase.
Exactly. Well, we got to watch on Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Or somebody doing a Twitter space or something.
Look, oh my God. Ugh, I ain't been in a Twitter space. Those get so ghetto. Those get so ghetto so quick, dog.
I sat in one Twitter space and everybody was hollering and yelling and stuff, and I was like, I don't like this at all.
Not at all.
I don't like
Not
this.
at all.
But that's it. So, like we said before, we're gonna be staying up to date with everything coming out with the Switch 2. So, once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let us know your thoughts and opinions going towards the Switch 2. And that's the end of the episode. So, shutting this thing down. Thank you, Ron, for joining me on another episode of the Blerd Mob podcast. Shout out to everybody who tuned in to this episode, whether you watched or listened. It's always appreciated. For those who are checking us out for the first time in 2025, welcome. And if you've been here forever, since the beginning, 2023, 2024, if you've been here, if you've been riding with us, thank you. The support is appreciated. Make sure you continue to support us by following us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob. You can find us on Facebook at the Blerd Mob Podcast. And if TikTok is still here, you can follow us there too at the Blerd Mob Podcast as well. And with all that being said, this is the mob checking out. Peace. I have a bit of some concerns about the pacing on Act 2, but like overall animation, character development, the new characters that they've been introducing haven't been mad at them at all.